Hello fellow commanders and welcome to another Steel Division 2 video. Today with me, Bubblebox, and with the imminent release of Phase 2 of the open beta, I'm going to have a look at the patch log for today's upload and what you can expect from Phase 2 of the open beta. First of all, excitingly, we have two new divisions. We've got the 78th Sturm Division for the Germans, full of infantry, a few Stugs thrown in there as well, a good mechanized infantry division. And then we have the Russians with the 26th Guards Rifle Division, an infantry division absolutely stacked full of infantry and some really interesting new infantry units, and also some really interesting new artillery pieces in that division as well. I'm not going to go through those divisions just yet. I'll do that in the next day or two, but just so you know what to expect from those. Now, also very interesting, and we'll just go back and we'll set up a quick skirmish so that we can have a look at the two new maps that are in the game. And they are two really nice looking maps. There's a large one and a small one. We'll have a look at the small one, Cell, first of all. So if I quickly launch into a game, we'll have a look at what that map looks like and briefly have a look at some of the features which first become apparent. So it's a reasonably small map, this one, kind of 1v1, 2v2, but you can of course play up to 4v4 on it as well. First thing you'll notice, it's completely different than the other maps that we had in phase 1 of the open beta. A lot more wooded areas and little plateaus and a few little buildings, but lots more wooded areas. It's going to be really advantageous to use those two new divisions on this map rather than use the armoured divisions at first look. I haven't played on it yet, but at first look that looks like what it's going to be. It's got similar to the other maps. It's got these small regions with buildings on scattered around. It's got a little plateau in the middle, again full of wooded areas as well. We've got a road on one side, a road on the other, and some scattered roads in the centre as well. So that's the first of the maps. If we have a look at the other one, and I think the other one is really interesting. It's a much bigger map. If we just exit here excuse me, exit here first of all, we'll just load up another skirmish. It's called, forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Liakavishi. It's kind of a much bigger map, so we'll load up and have a look at this one. Kind of 3v3, 4v4 map, but of course you can play it 1v1, 2v2 as well if you want, and hopefully 10v10s when the game launches for real next month. You can see, look at it, this is a really interesting, a lot different than the other 4v4 that we've had already. The first thing to strike you is we've got rivers on this map. We've got a river on the right hand side over here, and we've also got a river on the left hand side with little crossing points. I have yet to discover if we can move units through into the river infantry and that. I haven't tested that out, but I'm sure you guys will be testing that out once the open beta launches later on today. We've also got some bigger areas of buildings on this map. So we've got kind of little cities really. We've got one with the river running through it here with buildings on either side. Really looks nice. And on the other side something more rural kind of river area on this side. We've also got quite a big plateau in the centre, again with buildings and also wooded areas as well. Plateau in the centre for players to fight over as well, and then quite a lot of open ground as well over in this area, and also between the rivers and the plateau. It's kind of quite a lot as you can see of open ground as well. So that's going to be, this map kind of could be good for a combination of infantry and armoured divisions to do battle on. Again, I haven't played on it yet, so I can't really tell, but that's what this new map looks like, and it looks really fantastic. Apart from that, I'll just go out of this as well just to show you another new feature in the open beta that's kind of new. It's excuse me, it's like a new kind of playstyle. It's kind of like a skirmish, but it's a 5-person skirmish. I'll load one up, I'll show you or rather I won't load one up, I'll just show you the multiplayer screen for it. So here it is. So you got some new, I'll call them 5-player skirmishes. Basically, you can set up a load of servers so you can play with 5 of you can play against the AI. That currently they're set up. You can play as the Germans, you can play as the Soviets, you can play against normal AI, you can play against hard AI at the moment. I'm sure they'll add more servers once they get feedback from the betas as to what types of AI and stuff the players want to play against. But that's another interesting feature into this game, and I'm sure that will appeal to new players to the game as well, especially those that want to play with their friends. That should be quite cool. Apart from that, just going to go over a few more little bits and pieces. Chat is now going to be usable in the armory and in the battle group creator, so that's going to help things along a little bit. Production windows can now be closed. There's now a new in-game minimap, just looks a little bit different, a little bit clearer. Various bug fixes, and again I'll put a link in the description below so you can have a look if you want to look at all the different bug fixes. There's also a change to the balance of the game in that conquest settings are been modified in order for victory points to bleed more quickly, preventing too lengthy games. They've just tweaked it a little bit currently just to make the games, especially in phase C, just run a little bit faster so you don't so you're not running too long into the games. But they're being fairly cautious because obviously they don't want to upset the balance of the game, because they want games to really run into phase C so that people can use all their units in phase C and stuff. So that's it. That is the update for the phase 2 of the open beta. Please do comment about it below. Let me know what you think. Give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.